Hello and welcome to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. In this week's edition, we'll recap the race card from Saturday, June 17, a day dedicated to the Farriers at Caymanas Park, and also races from Sunday, June 18. 18 races were on offer, including the Thompson Trophy on Saturday, and Sunday's feature, a restricted stakes event in Race 7. Let's start with Race 1 from Saturday. This was a 5-year-old and up-claiming event over a distance of 1,100 meters. A field of 8 reduced to 7 with the scratch of Senor Kwanzi.
A quick sprint, they're off. Party Princess just a shade slowly out with Golden Emperor there at the back of the field. Sprinting into an early lead, Time to Say Goodbye leaves the 5 with a 2.5 length advantage. Ali racing on the outside. See Don in the pretty colours racing down against the rail. Slice Talloon is some 2 lengths further back as the leaders slip past the half-mile marker. Party Princess now comes up to overtake Slice Talloon. Golden Emperor second from the back, and last of all it's Hail Mary. They've left the 7/16th. They're about to arrive at the final 3, and the battle up front continues. Ali just the leader. See Don now putting in a strong effort as they arrive at the final 5/16th. A break back to on the outside. Golden Emperor responding to the right-hand stick. Party Princess is against the rail, but they're into the lane, and Ali has taken complete control of the race, running toward the center of the course. See Don left back over against the rail. Golden Emperor now asked to throw down a challenge, but it is Ali out in front and running strong. A furlong to run. Can they catch Ali and Javanil Patterson? At this point it seems an impossible task as Ali continues to roll on inside the final 16th. This is the first. This is the Yuns Reed Trophy. It's for the Farrier, and Ali will romp it by maybe double digits. Golden Emperor is second. Time to Say Goodbye is third. Slice Talloon is fourth. Party Princess finishes in fifth.
The 65 favourite Ali, with jockey Javanil Patterson aboard, takes the day's first event for the newly licensed trainer Nicholas Smith. The day's second event was a 3-year-olds and up-claiming event named after well-known farrier Victor Dixon. Leading rider Ryan Lewis was the mount of the even money favourite Rum With Me.
Michael Sims is ready for a start. 5.5 furlongs. They're off and racing. That's a good line. Staggering back, that's Sarah Lee. As going for that lead, that's Noble Impulse passing the 5. Just a leader from right on the rail, that is Denby Life. Then comes Custer. Right there too, that's Rum With Me. Then comes Den Street and Sarah Lee at the back of the field. They're past the 4, and it is Noble Impulse narrowly from right on the rail. That is Denby Life. Also coming on, that's Custer there at the 3, and these 3 are glued together. Custer, Denby Life, and Noble Impulse. Also coming on, that's Rum With Me. Then comes Den Street, and hopelessly out of it, Sarah Lee. They're at the top of the lay and vying for the money. And it is Custer now. It's the front. Then Life is right there too. Rum With Me has made good progress right against the rail. And Rum With Me now hits the front from Custer. It's Rum With Me in front of Custer, Denby Life. Also coming on, that's Den Street. But this Rum With Me slipping out of the grasp of this field, coming to the half a furlong pole. It's Rum With Me running like a scared hare. Rum With Me going away from these and trying to make this into double. It's action-packed once again. 8 lengths. Rum With Me beating Den Street. Then comes Custer and Denby Life.
Trainer Fernando Geddes takes the day's second event with the favourite Ali, who clocked a quick 1 minute and 8 seconds flat over 5.5 furlong strip. Our next review race from Saturday was the 5th event on the card. This was the Farriers Association Trophy Race, a maiden special weight event for native-bred 3-year-olds and up, going a distance of 1,100 meters.
They're off. Tondawana misses it. Phenomenal One didn't get away that quickly either, but I'm Interested did. There goes Super Alex rushing up now to take on I'm Interested, and Super Alex gets that lead from I'm Interested. The Love of God races in third. Attitude in the blue right there in fourth spot as they leave the half-mile marker. The Love of God now beginning to make, rather Phenomenal One beginning to make some progress and going in chase of those leaders. Here comes Doc, has a lot to find from there. Newland Links in the red beginning to overtake Nuclear Chaser, and toward the back of the field it's a Ton Luana. They're coming past the 5/16th. They're coming into the lane, and it's Super Alex continuing to lead up. I'm Interested, showing interest now and throwing down a strong challenge. The Love of God is asked to kick it on the outside of horses, but they run toward the furlong pole and the war up front. I'm Interested now gets the better of a Super Alex. Phenomenal One racing in their slipstream back in third. The Love of God is chasing on the outside, but they're inside now. The final 16th, and it is I Am Interested and a Radish Roman coming away, and I Am Interested will win by maybe 4 over Super Alex. Phenomenal One is third. The Love of God fourth. Here comes Doc is fifth.
I Am Interested with jockey Radish Roman in the saddle wins the Farrier Trophy for trainer Joseph Thomas and the winning connections. Race 7 on Saturday was the Barrington Foster Trophy, a maiden-conditioned race for native-bred 5 years old and up, going 900 meters. Trainer Michael Marlowe had a double entry in the small field of 7.
900 meters. They're off. Sabina starts off quickly near the stands. Sparked in tradition, more toward the center. Avery and Diane tacking across. But up front, Crushing Power is also showing some speed. Toward the center, Mardell. On the far side, a Silver Soul and a Reckless Diamond, but Sabina charts the course and sets the fractions under a snug wrap. As they run toward the last quarter, it's Sabina out in front and traveling powerfully. Under the stand, that Sparkling Tradition, Avery and Diane has drifted over there too, but Sabina continues to take them along at a merry clip. Inside the last quarter, approaching now the final 3/16th, and on the run to the furlong pole, it's all Sabina in full control. Sabina running loose and running away from them. Sabina all alone up front. Inside the final 16th, it's Sabina and Jerome Innes romping the 7th event, the Barrington Foster Trophy. They win by 10 or more. Crushing Power just second over Sparkling Tradition, then Avery and Diane. Reckless Diamond in front of Silver Soul, Mardell at the back.
Returning from a 14-month break, the Owen Sharp conditioned Sabina dismantles the entire field, winning by a whopping 13 3/4 of a length in 57 seconds flat. The 9th and final on the card from Saturday was the day's feature, named after the president of the Farriers Association, the Craig Thompson Trophy race, with a field of 13 declared to run over 6.5 furlongs course.
They're off and racing. Gambler steps a bit slow and is left at the back of the field. Lure of Lucy is pushed into an early lead. They're past the 6th, and it's Lure of Lucy being tracked by Billy Wiz right against the rail. That is Sweet Majesty. In between horses, that's Eagle One. Right there too, that is Secret Traveler. Behind Secret Traveler, that's the Jay's Boy. On the outside of that one, that's Generational coming down. Then comes John Crow Jeff, 3 lengths away before we come to Big Daddy El Professor. And racing at the back of the field, the trailing pair of Gambler and JJ the Striker. They come past the 4 and head toward the 3, and it is Lure of Lucy narrowly in front of Eagle One racing in second. It's Lure of Lucy just in front of Eagle One. Billy Wiz is right there too. Sweet Majesty is right against the rail. Generational is also in that pack coming on. That is Big Daddy. They're coming at the top of the lane, and it's Lure of Lucy narrowly from Eagle One. Now comes the calling on the outside. Lure of Lucy tying up from Eagle One. Also coming on Sweet Majesty against the rail. Out wide it's Billy Wiz. It is Eagle One. Lure of Lucy not done yet. Sneaking up against the rail. That's Sweet Majesty. A furlong to travel. Less than a furlong. Sweet Majesty just doing the better from Eagle One. Sweet Majesty in front of Eagle One, trying to fight back along with Lure of Lucy, but Eagle One begins to come away from these. Eagle One by about 3 lengths from Sweet Majesty, from Eagle One. Then comes Lure of Lucy, got tight for 4th.
A sweet ending to the day's final and feature event with Sweet Majesty from the Edward Stanbury barn, winning at odds of 7-2 in the 9th and final. It's now time for a break on the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. On the other side, we'll recap races from Sunday, June 18. This included the day's feature race in the 7th event. Welcome back to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. In the second half of our presentation, we'll recap select races from Sunday, June 18. Let's begin with race number 2. This was the third running of the Mr. Lover Trophy, a restricted allowance event going a distance of 1,820 meters, also called the Spectator Street. An already small field of 6 reduced to 5 with the scratch of Delilah from the 5 box.
They're off and racing. Broken a good line. Kem is hustled up to go for that lead. Huntsman is right there too. Right on the inside, that's Burlap. Then comes Life is Life, and just racing at the back of the field. They're in a tight group though. That's from sheer to bend. They've passed the clubhouse turn, and it is in front. Burlap on a snug hole. Just the leader from right there too. That's Huntsman racing in second. They're still bunching up right on the inside. That's Life is Life, overtaken by Kem and from sheer to bend. They head toward the 7, heading toward the 6, I should say. And it is now Huntsman on that lead, bouncing easily too. About a length and a half in front of Kem. Right there in that bunch, that is Life. From sheer to bend, hustled up and going down. Burlap narrowly at the back of the field. They race toward the 5 furlong point, and they're going at an easy pace, and it is still on that lead. It is Huntsman, a length and a half in front of Burlap, hustled up for more, going back for second. Right there too, that's from sheer to bend. Then comes Life is Life as they pass the half mile and racing at the back of the field. Kem stretching them out a bit now, that's Huntsman. About 2 lengths in front of Burlap racing in second. Another length and a half before we come to from sheer to bend. 3 lengths away before we come to Life is Life and racing at the back of the field. Kem, they're coming to the 2.5 furlong point, and it is Huntsman bouncing easily on that lead. Hustled up and asked for more. That's Burlap. Huntsman brings them into the lane. Burlap is hustled up and trying to get to Huntsman. Also coming on and trying to coming on that from sheer to bend. But this Huntsman is really traveling nicely in the afternoon sun at Caymanas Park in the second. It's Huntsman in front and beginning to stretch this lead. Huntsman as easy as a Sunday morning on a Sunday afternoon at Caymanas Park. Huntsman begins to bounce away. This is surely double digit. It's Action Packer and Lewis. Continuing where we left off yesterday, it's Huntsman in front by in excess of 10 lengths. Burlap is second. From sheer to bend runs on to be third. Life is fourth. Then comes Kem.
The in-form and leading jockey Ryan Lewis powers home the impressive Huntsman by a massive 16 lengths win margin ahead of Burlap in second, from sheer to bend in third, and Life is Life in fourth. Race 5 on Sunday was the maiden conditioned race going 1,400 meters or 7 furlongs. Premier Identity with jockey Tevin Foster in the saddle was the 1-5 favorite in the betting.
Field in 9. 1,400 meters, 7 furlongs, are sent off. Mickey C just a shade slowly out with Blue Persuasion. They're the back markers early as they run toward the final 6. Empress Nakilia sets the fractions, leading up by almost 2 lengths. Diamond Rock, as they leave the 6, is in second. She's Nene in the red cap racing back in third. They're stringing out a bit. Premier Identity has ground to make up. Mickey C just a half a length in behind those as they go slipping past the 5. Blue Persuasion asked to make up progress after the slow start, and a volcano not yet ready to erupt. They make their way to the half mile. They go spinning into that turn. Can they catch Empress Nakilia? She's out in front by now 2.5 lengths. Diamond Rock continues the chase. There goes stable companion. She's Nene now in pursuit. Premier Identity ridden and asked to go down. Blue Persuasion and Mickey C making mile gains as they leave the 3 and run to the 5/16. Forget Volcano at the moment. 5/16 of a mile to run, about to come into the lane, and it is Diamond Rock in the white cap just against the fence. She's Nene in behind in the red. Empress Nakilia has stepped out wide along with Blue Persuasion. Premier Identity continues to try and make up the ground, but Diamond Rock has the lead and the right hand stick applied as they run past the furlong pole. The rider has a peep over his shoulder. That's Jawara Stedman. It is Diamond Rock holding on to the advantage. Here now, kicking in on the outside is Premier Identity, now cutting into the lead. Diamond Rock fighting to hold off Premier Identity. Diamond Rock going by with Premier Identity. It's close. Could be Diamond Rock, but it's close. Then she's Nene Blue Persuasion close in behind between Mickey C, Empress Nakilia.
Apprentice Jawara Stedman gets his first career win at Caymanas Park at odds of 25-1 aboard the outsider Diamond Rock in a close finish on the line, beating the favorite by a short head. The day's feature on the card was Race 7, a restricted stakes event over 1,400 meters or 7.5 furlongs. A field of 6 reduced to 5 with Platinum Force deemed unfit to run.
7 furlongs. They're ready, they're off. Almost perfect start. Major danger though, just toward the back of the field in the early exchanges as they're on the run now toward the 6. and Awesome Anthony gets that lead, tugging for his head. Major Danger coupling up on the rail to challenge as they lead the 6. Royal Ash the Grey is some 3 lengths in behind them. Ella Fortunado, and now overtaken by Inspire Force, which leaves Ella Fortunado at the back. The blasting past the 5 on the run toward the half-mile. Awesome Anthony and a Major Danger in the early tussle. A gap of maybe 6 lengths to Royal Ash. Inspire Force waited with, and now beginning to make some progress. Ella Fortunado not coping and last. They've left the half-mile. They're arriving at the 7/16th. Awesome Anthony continues to hold the lead. Major Danger is a half a length down, but cutting the corner on the rail as they leave the 3. Inspire Force has made big gains and now looks a real threat. Royal Ash is in a handy spot. Forget El Afortunado as they come thundering into the top of the lane. A Major Danger just gets that lead. Awesome Anthony tying up just a bit on the outside. Inspire Force gets the perfect rail run that he loves. Royal Ash is also on the rail, but they drive toward the furlong pole, and now Inspire Force points. Major Danger not through yet and fighting right back. Royal Ash is over against the rail. It's Inspire Force under the drive. Major Danger right at his girth. Inspire Force kicks again. Inspire Force and action-packed Ray and Lewis. He has his second. They win by 2 over Major Danger. Then Royal Ash, Awesome Anthony struggling in. El Afortunado.
The even money favourite Inspire Force from the Philip Fiani barn gives leading rider Ryan Lewis his second win on the card and extending his lead in the jockeys column. The 8th and final review race from Sunday was the Father's Day Special, to highlight and celebrate International Father's Day across the world.
They're often racing in the Father's Day Special. Mrs. Linders gets a fly in the middle. Over on the far side, Great Commander is quite early. Closest to us, Babbler, showing speed right against the fence. That's Charming Sound. So it's Great Commander over on the far side, fleet-footed. Also there, that's Mrs. Linders and Babbler. Charming Sound is closest to us. Sky Rizzy left back in the middle along with Lambo Girl, but they come towards the final 2.5 furlong, and it is Mrs. Linders on that lead. This is Mrs. Linders from Babbler, closest to the fence. Babbler and Mrs. Linders. This is where the race lies at the moment. Right behind them, that's Zane's Princess. It's still in front, Mrs. Linders. Here comes Babbler. Comes a calling, coming to the furlong and a half pole. It's Mrs. Linders still from Babbler. A half a furlong to travel. It's Mrs. Linders keeping on strongly from Babbler. It's Awesome Anthony. He's looking for a second one. And this is the Father's Day Special. Mrs. Linders landing the Father's Day Special. Babbler is second. Then comes Zane's Princess. Got tied for 4th between Lambo Girl and Grey Commander.
The Stephen Todd conditioned Mrs. Linders wins the Father's Day Special with an impressive ride by former champion jockey Anthony Thomas, who had to dig deep to come with the win. As we recap another exciting weekend of racing, it was highlighted by Paul Francis's win aboard Sweet Majesty in Saturday's event and Anthony Thomas's power burst in the last furlong to win the Father's Day Special on Sunday. This has been another edition of the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. See you next time.